Want to crochet bikini like this or like this? Then keep watching. But before we start, hi, my name is Veronica and on regular basis I am sharing with you with some crochet tips and tricks, and today we are going to crochet all together this beautiful seashell bikini. But before we jump into it, if you don't subscribe me yet, please don't forget to subscribe so then you can keep up with all of my upcoming tutorials. And now let's get started. We are going to need yarn. I am concretely using Himalaya Bikini, then 2mm hook, scissors, and for those who want to have a beautiful pearls like this up on your seashell, then of course some pearls. So now let's get into it. So today we are going to make together size XS. For the sizing and maybe for the different size, go check my pattern below down in the description. Okay, so this is how the small size XS looks like. It doesn't look, let's say, so big, but you need to think about that it will be stretch on your cap. So I definitely recommend using cap afterwards, but let's first start how to make a cap like this. For those who doesn't want to crochet with the pearls, you can skip this part. For those who wants to crochet with the pearls, before we start crocheting, we need to place our pearls on top of on our yarn. So how we will do it? Just take a simple needle, sewing needle, not tapestry, because tapestry are more thick. So take your sewing needle, put your yarn on it. Now take your pearls. So for the size XS, we are going to need 25 pearls, okay? For the different sizing, you will need different amount of pearls. So let's follow the instructions in the pattern for your specific size. Okay, so for the size XS, we will need 25 pearls. I have 2 already here. So 2. So we will just place simple like this. Pearl, 3, 4, 5. Basically, you will be placing the pearls like this, putting it down below your yarn, okay? So put 25 pearls on your yarn and then we will meet again. Okay, before we continue, I am usually placing 2 more pearls on top just in case I mess up my my counting. And for those who want to change the pearls, so okay, for me it was easy because I am using the same color of the pearls. But for those who want to little bit play around, for example, like I have it here, you need to be careful how you are placing your pearls. So when you want to start with the purple, for example, this is the last color that you will place on top. Why? Because we are starting from here, okay? Which means it needs to be first here on your yarn, which means last where you were placing it, okay? So, for example, if you want to follow exactly such a pattern like this, okay, you will firstly start placing your red one, then yellow, orange, then yellow, then green, blue, and the first one on your, or let's say last that you will place will be the purple. So it is at the beginning of your yarn, okay? So this is basically just a heads up if you want to change the colors in between and don't have the same style. So now once we have our pearls on, we can start. The only disadvantage of crocheting with the pearls, when you don't need them, you just need to put them really down below somewhere, because right now we will, as the first 2 rounds, we are not using the pearls. So let's start with the round 1. So first we are going to make magic ring, okay? So like this, grabbing my yarn, taking my hook below and grabbing the second one, like this, grabbing this yarn, come on, and my magic ring, okay? I will a little bit make it smaller. So now I am going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. So in our magic ring, in our circle, we are going to place 23 double crochet, okay? So 1, 2, you can make your magic ring smaller, 3, 4. We will continue making 23 double crochet. Once you are done, I will meet you there. Okay, once you are done with your 23 double crochet, we are going to try to close our ring, magic ring, as much as possible. Okay, don't worry, there will be a little bit of hole. It's because of the fact that we have quite a lot of double crochet on our hook. Okay, so, and now we are not going to finish our circle like you would standardly do. We will be not crocheting in circle, we will be actually crocheting kind of in a row, okay, or in a half circle. So what we are going to do now, we are going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and turn our work, and now we are going to continue working on this side. Okay, so for the round 2 we don't need our pearls as well. So for the round 2 we are starting with the chain 3 as we already did. Now we are going to skip the first stitch here. Okay, so we are skipping this stitch right here, and in the second stitch we are going to make cluster of what? Of 1 double crochet, chain 1, and into the same stitch 1 double crochet. Okay, so for this row we will make a cluster of double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Okay, after I've done my cluster, I am going to skip 1 stitch. Okay, and into the next one I am just going to place 1 simple double crochet, nothing else, just 1 double crochet. I am going to skip 1 stitch, and in the next one I am going to place my cluster. So 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet. Okay, and again I am going to skip stitch and place only 1 double crochet. So at the end here you should have 6 clusters of, basically 6 clusters. So let's double check it. My first cluster is here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is my 6. So this is my last this is my last cluster, but of course I need to somehow end. So what I'm going to do in my chain 3, in the top chain, I am going to place just simple double crochet. Okay, and this is round 2. Now in the round 3 we are going to start with the pearls. So first we are going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, again turn our work, and now basically as of now we will be always crocheting in the cluster or in the double crochet. So in the cluster we will be making clusters, and in the double crochet one that we made, only simple, we will be making front post double crochet or back post double crochet. It depends on where we are currently. So in the cluster we will always be making cluster in this space between here, and in the double crochet, simple double crochet, we will be making front post or back post. So double crochet. How we will start? So first into the previous cluster, so right here we are going to make cluster. But every row we will be switching little bit, let's say clusters. So we will be slowly increasing the size of the cluster. So in the row 3, the cluster will be of 2 double crochet, 1 and 2, chain 1 and 2 double crochet, 1 and 2. So this is what I will place into the one cluster. Okay, so 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet. Now I have my double crochet right here. So we are firstly starting with front post double crochet. So what I am going to do is following. What does it mean front post? So I am going with the hook not in my stitch like this, but I am going behind the double crochet the whole stitch like this. So I am grabbing my hook, going behind and like this. So this is my front post. So now what I am going to do, if you are crocheting without the pearls, you are just going to make simple double crochet, okay? And that's it. And you are continuing with the next. But for those who are crocheting with the pearls, let me just go back. What we are going to do, we are going to yarn over, going front post, now grabbing the yarn, now I have 3 loops on my hook, now grabbing the first 2 loops, and so like let's say first part of the double crochet. Now I am not finishing, I am grabbing my pearl, just one, always one pearl, putting it close to the hook like this, holding the pearl and grabbing the yarn and finishing my double crochet, going 2 loops. So it looks like this. Sometimes your pearl will want to go behind. Don't allow it, make it up front here by holding it. And now we are going to continue with another cluster. So here we have a cluster. So we will place cluster, which means 2 double crochet, chain 2, and 2 double crochet. 1 and 2. In the clusters, we are not placing the pearls. We are placing the pearls always in the front post double crochet. Only in the front post double crochet. With the back post, we are not placing pearls. I will show you later on. So now we will have again a double crochet. So we need to make front post double crochet. So up, I yarned over already, going through first 2 loops. Opala. First 2 loops, grabbing my pearl. Oh my god, I put it quite far away from me. So, grabbing my pearl, holding it like this and going for the other 2 loops, okay? Now, holding my pearl like this and now going into the next cluster and making 2 double crochet, chain 1, and 2 double crochet, okay? So, we will be continuing exactly this way, that in the simple double crochet, you will make a front post double crochet with the pearl. In the cluster, you will make a cluster of 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet. And I will meet you at your last cluster. Okay, so once you've done your last cluster, so you will be always making 6 clusters, 6 times basically. So once you've done your 6, so this is our last cluster, what we will do, we will place again. So from the beginning, we will be placing double crochet into our, from where we had chain 3, so into the 3rd chain, okay, and we will place the double crochet, okay, and this is our row 3. So now we can continue with the row 4. Okay, in the row 4 we are going to chain 3, turn our work, and now we are going to again start with the cluster. So because we are always starting with the cluster, so in the cluster we are going to make a cluster, but this time we are going to make the cluster of 2 double crochet, so this doesn't change for this row, but now I am going to chain 2, not chain 1, and 2 double crochet. So for this row our cluster is 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Now into my double crochet that I had right here, you don't see it so well, so basically here you have the second part of your cluster and here you have it. We will make back post double crochet. So actually even it's guiding you to do it that way. So back post, you are yarning over your hook and you are going through behind like this, okay? So here you have your stitch like this, so you will go behind it like this and making simple double crochet. In this round we are not adding any pearls. Simple. Why? Because we should have the pearls only in our front, not in our back. Because here we have our body. So of course it would hurt if we have the pearls here. Doesn't make sense. So that's why we will be always placing the pearls every second row where we are doing front post double crochet. So every time we are making back post double crochet, we are not placing any pearl. Come on. Come on. So now I made my back post double crochet. Into the next cluster I am making another cluster, so 2 double crochet, chain 2 and 2 double crochet. Now I have my next double crochet with the pearl. I am making back post double crochet, and in another cluster I am making 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Okay, so this way we are going to continue all the way through till the end. So in the cluster you will place another cluster of 2 double crochet, chain 2 double crochet, and in your double crochet you are going to make back post double crochet. I will meet you at your last cluster. Once you are done with your last cluster, we are going to again double crochet. But as of now, we are not going to double crochet into our chain 3, the 3rd chain, but into our last double crochet from the previous cluster. Why? It just looks nicer and it's more neat. That's at the first 2 rows it was not so visible, but in this, as of this row, it starts to become visible. That's why we are going to place, as of now, our last double crochet into our last double crochet from the previous round. Okay, so now we will continue with the round 5, where we are going to place chain 3, and we are up again with the purl. So basically in the round 5 we are going to do the following. So in the cluster space we are going to make a cluster of 3 double crochet, chain 2 and 3 double crochet. Okay, so in every cluster, so you will concretely repeat it 6 times, and in your double crochet single one you will make front post double crochet with the purl. So, and this should be 5 times, 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, and at the end you are going to again place last double crochet into the last stitch of your previous cluster, which is here. Okay, so make row 5 by yourself, and I will meet you at the end of the row 5. So don't forget, the cluster for row 5 is 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, and I will meet you at the end of the row 5. Okay, so once you are done with your row 5, as of row 6 for the size XS, we are actually going to stop changing the cluster. What does it mean? So as of now, you will be always making in your cluster 3 double crochet, chain 2 and 3 double crochet. Okay, so as of now you are not going to alter your cluster if you are doing front or back. Every time 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. Only thing that will be altering between as of now will be if you are making front post stitch or back post stitch, basically. Front post double crochet or back post double crochet. So now as of row 6, so row 6 we should start with the chaining 3. Basically you will make your first cluster, and then you are actually starting with your back post double crochet without the purl. Okay, so row 6 you have back post without the purl, then you are going to again chain 3, turning your work. So row 7 will be your normal cluster and front post with the purl. Then row 8 will be back post without the purl. Row 9 will be front post with the purl. Row 10 will be back post without the purl, and row 11 will be front post with the purl. Okay, so you will be crocheting all the way through, but basically it will go all the way through, so you don't need to remember, but you will see if you are front or back, if you are using the purls. If you are done using the purls and you are not sure if you are front or back, you will simply see it based on how your work looks like, because if you are at the front, your double crochet is on the front, so you can clearly see it. Okay, but if you are back, you see you don't almost see it. You see it's kind of in behind, so you have there like a hole where you need to place it, and that's why when you know that you are in the back when you are not using the purls. Okay, so continue crocheting like that, altering basically only between front post and back post, keeping the same cluster count, and I will meet you at the end of the row 11, which should be for you basically when you are finishing your front post double crochet. Okay, and row 12 we are going to make together. Okay, so once you are done with your row 11, your work should look like this. Okay, and now we are going to make our final row, row 12. Of course, now in case this is okay, this looks super small, so you need to adjust it to your cup that you bought. I will tell very honestly, I don't believe that without cup you can make it. First of all, you have quite a hole, so everything would be visible. Plus it is not holding as much nice, let's say the style, like when you have cup in it. You see the difference? So how it's basically holds everything together when you have a cup. So I highly recommend to use a cap. So of course, when you need to, for example, make it bigger because your cup, so each cup can be slightly different, just simply do the rows till you need. Okay, so till the high, so basically you're just going to repeat the row with the same type of cluster till you need the size, and then you need to count the last row, the one that I'm going to show you now basically. Okay, so the final size of course is really up to you, you can just continue that way. So but for the last basically for the last row we will do the following. So we are going to chain 1 only, turn our work, and now into our first double crochet that we had from our previous cluster, we are going to place single crochet. Okay. And now into our cluster, we are going to make 7 double crochet. Okay. So 1, come on, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we have 7 cluster, and into our double crochet that we were making from post or from post or back post, you will place single crochet. Okay, so place there and just simple single crochet. Now into the next cluster, we are going to make again 7 double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 7 only. Okay, and into our front post or back post, we will place single crochet. Okay, and this is how we are going to repeat all the way through till the end. So in your cluster you are placing 7 double crochet, and in your double crochet you are placing single crochet. Okay, so I will meet you at the end. So once you made your 7 double crochet, you are going to place single crochet into your last double crochet from your previous row. So we are just going to make simple single crochet there. Okay, so now this is your last stitch, last row. So what we are going to do now, if you are in your first cup, you are now simply fasten off, okay? If you are in your second cup, do not fasten off, and we are going to now continue making cups, 2 cups together. I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. If so, please don't forget to give a thumbs up. And if you would like to see crochet this kind of style in different sizes, don't forget the pattern is down below. Until next time, happy crocheting!